Robert Ortung, the Assistant Director of the Institute for European, Russian, and Eurasian Studies. And I'm here with John O'Loughlin, a professor at University of Colorado. And we'd like to talk to him about recent public opinion polling he's done in Novorossiya. So please tell us which part of Ukraine you've actually conducted your polls in.
We did parallel polls in southeast Ukraine, in the semicircle from Kharkiv to Odessa, in those 6 oblasts. We had planned to do it in Donetsk and Lugansk, but it was impossible under current situation. We also polled in Crimea at exactly the same time, which was mid to late December, just a few weeks ago, actually.
In 2014. And so in your polling, did you find that language was an important predictor of people's opinions?
Not as important as you might think. The issue in Ukraine, as you well know, is that people frequently pick on language as the predictor, the marker of identity that explains a lot of political opinions. But in the southeast, in the survey in southeastern Ukraine, about 80% of the population identify as ethnic Ukrainians, and of that, about half of them speak Russian at home. The question we have is not what is your native language. We have that as well, but the one that we really focused on is what language do you use at home primarily. And we offered people choices. They could speak Ukrainian, Russian, a mix of Russian and Ukrainian, or some other language. About half of them said they speak Russian at home. These are ethnic Ukrainians who speak Russian at home. About a quarter said they speak Ukrainian at home, and about a quarter say they speak a mix of Russian and Ukrainian. And the dramatic result really is that there is no difference in the key opinions, regardless of whether you speak Russian, Ukrainian, or a mix of language. There is a difference between those who self-identify as Ukrainians and those who self-identify as Russians. But within the Ukrainian bloc, it doesn't matter what language you speak. The opinions are very, very similar.
Okay, that's interesting. And then what kind of differences did you find between the people you talked to in Crimea and the other parts of southeastern Ukraine?
Huge differences, obviously. In Crimea, the sample is predominantly Russian, about 75%, and then about 20% Ukrainian and about 10% Tatar minority. And there, the opinions are very, very different with respect to some key questions about attitudes towards Russia, attitudes towards Putin, attitudes towards the war going on in the Donbass right now. In Ukraine, very, very negative opinions about Putin and Russian policies in general, but actually quite positive opinions about Russians as a people. And also about half the samples say that they have a good opinion of Russia as a country. So people are making a very clear distinction between the individual, the policies, versus the population as a whole, and the kind of Russia as a because many of them say they're part of the Russian world. That we asked them specifically, do you consider your oblast part of the Russian world? And about half the population actually said yes. In Crimea, it's exactly the reverse. Hugely positive opinions about Russia, hugely positive opinions about the annexation last spring, very, very positive opinions about Putin. They really are mirror images of each other. One is very negative about Putin and Russia's policies. The other is extremely positive about Putin and Russia's policies.
All right. Well, thank you very much for sitting down and talking to us today.